What's up everybody, welcome back to another drawing tutorial. So today we have a Patreon request from just a person. So we have Gogeta Super Saiyan Blue and Gogeta Super Saiyan 4, both characters on the same page. Gogeta Blue sort of in the front and Gogeta Super Saiyan 4 behind him, just like kind of part of his elbow. They're kind of arms over cross, just cross over one another. So we'll start with the character who's in the front. That's always sort of the best way to do things, I think. So let's go. I'm on landscape orientation paper. Use a pencil and eraser and hit pause if I go too fast. So we'll start with this boy over here. So I might have to zoom in because his face is a little bit small. Center point to my page about here. Come over, drop it down over to the left. Right, we're over here. And we'll start with that frown that Dragon Ball characters have in the middle of their faces. So he's like, his pose is kind of dynamic. Super Saiyan 4 pose is kind of more straightforward, right? So we got some tilt, head tilt going on, some shoulders, one lower than the other. He's kind of holding onto his vest. So a bit of a dynamic pose for Super Saiyan Blue. So let's go. So we'll start with the frown. This sort of W kind of shape in the middle of the head. Just there, right? And then our eyebrows come out from that. Typical Dragon Ball style. We just do tick line going out over there, okay? And then this goes underneath hair, but we'll draw it in anyway. So we'll go back that way. That big end on their eyebrows, and then we'll bring it back down into here. Real thin. Down into there. Now we do the same thing on the other side pretty much. Tick. That way, and there's like a slight tilt right on the head, so we're not like straight over like that. It's kind of a little bit down, so kind of horizontal, diagonal, so it's kind of tilted down this way. Right, we're not perfectly straight, but that's just a little detail if you wanted to do it. And then we bring this eyebrow down towards the front. Like so. Right, so the eyes. So quite skinny, right? So we do a small line just here and a diagonal large line just there. And then we join these together with a curved line coming across the bottom. Like so, right? Quite thin. Normally they're more sort of box-like, but on this one it's sort of a little bit thinner. And then another one there. Here, and then you can join them together. And then his iris, so real, like he's frowning quite heavily, so small semicircle just underneath his eyebrows, just there. Same thing pretty much over here, like so. Then we may have some frown lines just coming across his forehead there, and then his nose. So we'll bring it down across to there, sort of like this sort of L shape, and then we'll bring it around and up like so, make it look like a bit of a hook, and then the shadow on the side like so. And his mouth, so he's smiling and it's quite close to his nose, so we go across and up this way. Real confident sort of smile and a kind of a cheek line just here. And then his bottom lip line just underneath, just sort of a shadow kind of thing going on just there. And his chin, so yeah, pretty square sort of chin, so it just comes across up there. And then his jaw, up the side like so, and then up the other side. that. You're sort of stopping underneath the edge of his eyes there, or his eyebrows. That's where you change direction and up the side of his face. Like so. Up to there. So we have a piece of fringe that comes down, so we don't go as far on this side. You can go as far and then erase it if you want, but we'll just stop it there. So that hairline, right, we've got like a V just here. And this comes out around kind of like Vegeta's hair. So it'll go out this way. His hairline, and curves around. Down to there. And then we have a sideburn. Like that. And then his ear on this side. Can't see the ear on the other side. Not all of it anyway. It's under some hair. Ears on Dragon Ball are quite big. So on the, well, we'll finish that. We'll do bones and ligaments inside the ear. The easiest way is always like a sort of letter J type thing. But you can add more lines if you feel like it. Like that. And then his fringe, so this piece of hair comes out from the middle and then it'll go around and down. Cut off a piece of this eyebrow and maybe some of his jaw and just go down to about there. And then the hair will go inside here. And then the other side of that fringe. So it goes up and out. Down. Meets the bottom just down there. Just erase the lines inside here. So we can see a little bit of his ear sticking out back here, so it kind of sticks out, kind of like the other one, sticks out around, just down into there. Right, maybe a little bit of it's showing down there, and then we have more bones and ligaments and things on the inside. You know, you can do as much of this now as you want. Boop, boop, boop. Stuff like this. Right, and then we'll do the rest of his hair. So we're thinking normal Super Saiyan sort of hair, kind of like a candle flame going up towards a point up to the top, right? A real big one. So we start with the small ones that come out of his ear here. Right, so starting here, and then we go up this way. Right, so that one goes in behind. And we keep going. So start with the small ones, right? And then say another large one starts to come out here. It doesn't have to be like totally even on both sides. That's like, you can make them symmetrical if you want, but it's not like, it's not essential that they're symmetrical. They're not in the picture I'm drawing from anyway. Up. Back in. And so this one goes back in. So you're just trying to get that shape, right? Just to make it go into here. And he's got some that come across the front. So like some fringe lines here. So it's like a first layer of spikes like so, and then a couple more back here. Like that, and say like another one in here, another one in here, like that, and then like a big one in the middle. Like so, and then you can add texture lines all over. So you just sort of follow the shape for each hair spike, and you just draw your texture. You can do as many of this as you want, as much of these as you want. It doesn't have to be exactly like mine. Once you get the sort of general shape of each spike, 4 or 5 on each one should be okay. Some people like more, some people don't. Right, I think that's enough. Right, so we'll go down now and we'll do his body. So like I said, his body's kind of tilted, or like, you know, dynamic sort of pose. He's kind of walking with his hands on his vest. It's that famous image from the Broly movie, right? One of those released images, the really high quality ones. So it's pretty easy to find if you're looking for it, you know. So what to do first? Right, so those yellow things on his shoulders, I guess we'll do those two things first. So bumping out here, so it goes out to like there, right? And then we'll go back. Around the back of his head, right? That one. And then the second one kind of come out from his hair here into there and then back up. So these are these, I don't know what you'd even call them, just part of his costume. It's like pads or something. And it's strange because neither Goku nor Vegeta ever wear anything like this, so I don't know why he has it. So then down from these we have these two hands that are holding the vest, right? So this comes down, the black part of the vest sort of comes down here, right? And then we have 4 knuckles that come down the line on each hand. Okay, so we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, like that, okay? And then we go 1, 2, 3, 4 on that side. Each of these is a finger that goes back towards the back of his hand, right? So say index finger goes up, down, back this way. We have another bump for knuckle, and then down to the back of his hand. Okay, so you draw this sort of block shape. This will come down around here and then go around towards his little finger here, and then there's more fingers and stuff inside here, right? So we go diagonal that way with a skin line, and then we go diagonal that way with a skin line, and then diagonal here, and then some lines on this, and then like knuckles just there, knuckle here, knuckle sort of here, like that. And then his thumb sort of sticks up from the index finger here, so it like goes around here, down to there. There could be some like knuckle lines on his fingers. And then his wrist. Comes around like so. Right, so that's like his... That's his first hand, right? And we'll do the other one then. So, index finger goes up again. Knuckle, same sort of thing. Back around the back of his hand. Like this. Bring it around to there. And this will go finger here. Finger line there. Another finger line here. And then we got like knuckle lines. Like so. Skin line. Some knuckle lines all down here. And then some more kind of knuckles and stuff here. And then his thumb sticks up like so. And then the rest of his arm. So we got like his wrist comes out from, say, here down around to there. And then it goes around. He's got like a wristband on. Goes down up to the back of his hand, just in there. And the other side, so comes around here, up, around to there, back in along his forearm to there. Right, so just these sort of floating hands, right? So we get sort of his anatomy and some of his body done inside here, right? So he's holding on to his waistcoat. So that waistcoat hangs down here, right? And like the other one like comes down this way. And like we have joins his shoulder there. And then we have another one of those cone type things. Shoulder pad type things here. This yellow one. And this one comes out from behind his hair. Like that. So you can see one shoulder now is higher than the other. Okay. So the body's kind of tilted this way. Bit of a dynamic sort of pose. Like so. And there. Should we have this be bigger? Maybe goes around his shoulder a little bit more. Around there. Like that. You can sort of just see more of the side of this one. Right, so then anatomy, right? So top of, like the middle line of his chest, like is here, okay? And then we'll go across this way and then across this way, right? Kind of this letter sort of Y in the middle here. And then we have neck muscle going that way, neck muscle going that way, line there, curve line here, here, maybe like an Adam's apple sort of area in there, another muscle line there, another neckline. Maybe there. So then the bottom of his chest curves around here. Curves around this way, goes back up towards that knuckle just there. Could have like some chest muscle fibers that way. And then the waistcoat hangs down here that he's holding onto in his hand. The other one comes down this way. You know, it's fabric just hanging down here. Like so. And then his waistband sort of cuts across here. This is kind of blue and it bumps. It has edges, you know, just these kind of bumping lines. And then here as well. And it's tied at the back, and then it could have lines that go all the way across. Like so. And then we got abs inside here, right? So the center line, abs curving. 2 bump lines like so. It's always good to get the center line to line up with the chest, you know, this sort of similar kind of curve on it. And then diaphragm goes across there. And then abs, curved lines like so. Down the side. Something on the side here. And like some ribs or like that, maybe like another line just there. Okay, so we gotta connect these floating arms up to his shoulders, right? So where to go? So we'll go out from here. So we'll do forearm, elbow, real pointy line there, and then this goes up for his tricep. So, and then the tricep kind of sticks out here. And then his shoulder real round, kind of line that way. Then we have another shoulder muscle line, and then bicep curves around going into here. Like so. And then maybe the top of his forearm, just there. Right, so then the other one, so bottom of the forearm, pointy elbow, forearm line, well this will go, say, this way, and then we have a forearm sort of line like that. Some lines like that, just for muscles on his arms. And then we got tricep, starting there, and then tricep kind of bumps out, has a little bump on top, like 2 muscles in the tricep. And then his shoulder, big round like a basketball. Goes up underneath this. And then his bicep, just there. And then a couple of shoulder lines, like that. Right, so that's Gogeta Blue. So let's move over and do Gogeta Super Saiyan 4. So he's just over here on the right hand side. His hair is kind of spikier, right? But his eyes are not spikier, but like bigger, I think. Not close enough. The eyes are about the same level, right? We're going to start it here. So some of his shoulder will go in behind Blue. So it's like Blue's walking towards us and he's sort of standing in the background, right? So we start with this W in the middle of the eye. So you just, I'll zoom in again. So let's see. So this W sort of frown like that. W sort of frown like that. And then we will curve out, or tick out the eyebrow. Again, typical Dragon Ball eyes. The end sort of large like this, and then the other bottom side gets skinny as we go down to like there. Right, and then the eyebrow on the other side, same thing again. So you just start to tick, going this way. Most of this eyebrows now will go underneath hair. So it's kind of covered a good bit on this guy. His fringe is a bit bigger. He's more of a Goku sort of fringe line than a Vegeta one. Like so. Right, and then the eyes again. So we have small line, then a large line. And he has like red all around his eyes as well. So we'll just draw it in like this first. Like so, box-like. More sort of standard than these ones. So bring it across. And then his iris. Sort of a half circle just here. Half circle here. And then his pupil in underneath. Like so. Let's make this W kind of more like that. Right, so then we'll add some frown lines. And then his nose. Similar to this, but kind of not as round. So we'll go down. Like so. You make it into this sort of hook shape like that. And then you add your shadow on the side. Like so. Right, and he's smiling, real close to the nose again. And then a cheek line just here. Oh, I actually forgot the actual cheek lines here, but we'll do those. So chin there. And what I mean, there's tick marks on his cheeks, and the blue Gogeta has these as well. I just forgot to do them on him. Good thing I noticed that. So that kind of thing, right? Right, we'll go back over to Super Saiyan 4 and we'll keep going. Don't stop. Square chin. Kind of looks more square than him. I don't know if that's just me or what. So as well, like these eyes are normally sort of dark, like red around. So I'll just darken this up with black, you know, in sort of the manga style. They're sort of darkened up, just black. And I'll change the color to red when I'm coloring after, but just to give you sort of an idea of how thick these are. It's like he's got like eyeshadow on or something. Right, so just a little bit darker. And they're colored in the same color as his hair. Which is kind of, I think it's like orangey. It's not like that dark red that's like Goku and Vegeta normally have. I think it's like orange. Anyway, his jaw. Up the side. Then side of his face. Up like so. Up like so. So he's got like 4 hair spikes. He only has 1. So his hairline kind of similar. So we go up and down, right? So this will just go down across this eyebrow, down across this eye even. Cuts off a bit of the eye there. And then it'll go back up. In. Like so. And then we'll bring it down. Into there. Texture line or something there. His hairline isn't drawn in. Maybe I'll add some lines like this just in here. And then the fringe goes down. This is the longer one, so it cuts off again another section of the corner of his eye here. Comes down like that. And then this will go back up. Cross. So this is a big one. down. Then another sort of area here. And then again, we can have some hairlines sort of underneath. All right, I'll just erase the lines here we shouldn't see. Right, so more hair. So another sort of piece of fringe that sticks out around here. Like so, and then on this side, comes out up to there, round into here. And then his ear sort of underneath here, right? So it kind of sticks out here and goes back into his jaw like so. And then we have some ear lines just in there. And we can see a little bit of his ear on this side, but not much. So we can just see like this here. Right, so then the rest of his hair, right? So we have these hair spikes that come out from behind his neck. So his neck, say, will come out, say, here, down like so, and then the neck on the other side comes out from his ear, say, here, roughly like this. And so then these long hair spikes come down into his shoulder. Like how long? So say like real long, down to there. And the other one sort of goes out this way. It'll go behind this guy's elbow, right? So it'll go out there. And then this will go up, go back towards the middle of his head, back this way. And then this one out here somewhere. Like so. Right, so then quite large hair spikes then. So we got kind of two that come out from the front. So say like here. Right, coming out to here, and then this will go back and in to here, up into there. Right, and then we have another one that sticks out here. So these are like at the front, like that. And then we have ones in behind. So this goes up. Like so. Back in. Another one here. Another one there. This goes back into here. And then this goes up. Like so. Down to there. Back into here. And we have like a big one in the middle here. Comes down up to there. Quite complicated hair now, this one. So then up to here. It's like it's not as easy as this one because that just goes that way. These are like going in all different directions and stuff. This one goes out down to there. And then a few small ones back here, so comes out, down, and one that will go behind his shoulders. So there's another one just that goes behind his shoulders, so I'll wait till I do his shoulders before I draw that in. So this one comes out, down to there, goes behind this guy, and like there, right? And then there's like texture lines just like Gogeta blue. So you're just following the shape of each hair spike, kind of just getting a feel for it. Adding 2 or 3 on each one. Well, 4 or 5, as many as you want, really. Right, so we'll get his shoulders in, and then we'll add those other pieces of hair, but we'll just do the shoulders and stuff first. So he's got like these things on his shoulder as well. So these sort of bumpy pads come down here, 2 of them. Right, and they've got like texture lines on them like this, make it look sort of bumpy. And we can see his trapezius kind of going down here, going that way. And the center line for his chest, sort of there, and then chest muscles come across the top, like so, curving across. Bottom of his chest, across here, cross goes in behind Gogeta Blue, and he's a vest on as well, so similar sort of costume. So this vest will come down like this. This is just hanging down normally. This goes up to there. And then this goes up. Like so, this goes to there, there. Bumps here, lines there. Trapezius lines, maybe like an Adam's apple line. Right, some anatomy. And then chest muscles in there. So then more shoulder pads, right? So coming out from, say, here. Going down to there. And another shoulder pad somewhere here. So it'll go behind. Disappear back there. Texture lines on it. And then we can finish his hair. Just going down this way. Like that. So then some abs, right? And they're kind of, so he's got this sort of hairy area, right? So you could do it like jaggedy sort of line. Right, and then we can see some abs inside here. Like so. And then his body down here, again, sort of furry sort of waistline. And he has a waistband as well. Down around here. With some lines, texture lines, folds. Like so. Diaphragm, and then like another ab line or something here, and then just some texture just to show he's kind of furry down here, like so. Right, so his shoulders then come out here, and again, kind of a furry line, tricep, like so. So 3 sort of bumps. Your tricep has sort of, that's the shoulder bump, and then your small bump, and then a longer one for the tricep, and then the bicep comes out here. So his fists are kind of on his hips, right? So they kind of bend, so we can see an elbow coming out this way. Goes back in, forearm down there, and then forearm down that way. Muscle lines and stuff. Another line going down here, into there. Then some texture and things is all over because he's furry. So we can't really see. So we can see, what can we see of the other arm? Not much, just the bottom of this vest. So his other arm like goes back here. We can't really see it, can we? Should we see it? I'm not sure. So that's like his shoulder pad here. Bicep coming maybe here. I don't know now. I'm going to add some of his forearm. So like, say similar to this. So like say this comes out to like, tricky now this, right? So I'm kind of going to have to try and say here. So I'm going to say that that's his bicep, right? Just coming out there. And then forearm, similar, goes down that way. And then some of his bicep and sort of texture line here under Gogeta blue. Like forearm muscle lines going that way. So his elbow is like behind him, but that'll be his. That's kind of all we can see of his arm, I think. Right. Is that everything? I think so. Right. I hope it was helpful. Just a person. Thanks for the request. If anyone has a request that they really need me to do, you can head over to Patreon. You can also comment in YouTube, but I'll definitely get to it as quickly as possible through Patreon. So if you can afford it, consider signing up. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.